All right, here we go. Spawning up in the top left of this fresh series, it is Ice Storm Gaming's MaxPax in the red. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right for the Shopify Rebellion, it is Lambo in the blue. You know what? It actually does feel like it has been a hot minute since I've cast some MaxPax games, and I'm going to be honest, I've been missing it. I've been missing it. He is such a superstar. Lambo going up straight to 17 drones. So we'll take the 17 hatch. Doesn't send the drone earlier than he needed to. He just wanted to be like, okay, you're probably going to hatch block me. And adjust it accordingly. MaxPax is not one of those players that it feels like will try and catch you off guard with sneaky play. He will just muscle right through you. With just the most precisely executed meta play. Now, he has been an innovator in the meta in recent history. But still, we'll see. We'll see what he goes for in this game, in this series. Hard Lead is it's one of the more neutral maps, I think, in the pool. I think Terran players do like it in PvZ. Once you can get up to this base and, you know, plop a planetary fortress down, siege tanks on these high ground locations, it can be really good in PvZ, but obviously that does not apply in PvP. Or, well, also in PvZ, which is the matchup we're actually in. Oh, Warp Gate. Well, not even Warp Gate. What am I saying? Double Chrono. MaxPax going to try and get in here and find some damage on the third base. Lambo, will he be able to deal with this? First Adept going to shade on forward. Oh, cancels the shade, but does not go for the dive on the first drones. Just waiting for the second Adept. And we'll be able to shade in together. He is just waiting for them to rally up. Overlord does give a bit of advanced vision, but there's not a lot of lings out. He should shade forward into this, but does not go into the middle line. Just goes kind of on the side, snipes down one drone and says, I want to stay a little bit at range. MaxPax playing a little bit conservative with these Adepts. Didn't want to risk losing them, so getting one drone for no loss is obviously good, but he maybe could have dove in there and gotten like 3 or 4 drones. But then he's trading out the Adepts, and it seems as though that is not what he wants to do, not yet. Maybe he wanted to be a little bit more sure of potential damage. We'll just cancel these Adept shades and is kind of keeping the Oracle to guard. Oh, he gets another drone right there. And he's going to be able to snipe down this larva. Really nice, clean play from MaxPax so far with these early units. Lambo not really leaving many holes in the defense, but MaxPax finding them anyways. Finding the tiniest gaps. Queens will be able to force an Adept Shade forward, most likely. Oh, nice adjustment on where the Adept Shades go. That means it takes Lambo a little bit longer to clean this up, so the Adept does win the fight. Meanwhile, 3 Queens at the third base will deflect this second Oracle. But because it was the one Adept shit staying alive for a little bit longer, he gets an extra drone. And those are, well, they're good trades. He killed 10 Lings and 3 drones for 2 Adepts, Oracle energy, and some damage on one of those Oracles. MaxPax, ooh, can he find a drone right here? Yes, he can. Oh, good Evo Chamber morph. Because it's an Evo Chamber and not a Spore Crawler, you can't just click on it and kill it with the Oracle, which, well, that is something that Zergs have been getting a lot better at not letting happen to them. Forge in a Twilight Council, as well as 4 more gateways coming up for MaxPax. And he is a Blinky boy. He does love those Blinky Stalkers. Ooh, double Adept into the third base. This one looks like it's going to be dealt with pretty well by MaxPax. Or by Lambo, I should say. Two more drones, though, do get picked off. I'm not sure if the Oracle's got the first one. I think it might have been the Adept. Oh, Stasis Ward in the natural. Lambo, quick reaction time. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Oracles will get pushed away from the fourth base. MaxPax, he's been doing this a lot lately. The 6-gate blink into Robo. Lambo, Baneling Nest coming on in. He is getting into a layer as well. A little bit supply blocked at 88. 6 Overlords on the way. Oof. That is a painful little block. And we are going to see 3 drones going down. Almost gets the kill on that one Oracle, but it does survive. MaxPax looking to take the center base here as well. He says, oh, that's a good idea, Steadfast. You're right. I totally should defend this location. Definitely not that he just came up with the idea on his own, because it's obvious, but yeah. Totally inspired by me. Second Forge, Robotics Bay. And more gas is coming in from MaxPax, so he is transitioning strongly into the next stage of the game. Going to be going double upgrades, which I do think is the new wave. Oh, Revelation. I'd love to see that. We do have a good Stasis Ward position, but I guess there is an Observer here. Cannon will complete at this base. Can MaxPax keep this alive? I don't know. These are +1 melee lings. The Stalkers will need to get back here as soon as possible, but I think that base is going to get canceled. Oh, yes, it will. Costs a lot of lings, like nearly all of them. But the Nexus was also very far along, and he got a cannon. Did he get a couple Stalkers? No. MaxPax is able to keep those alive. I don't know if that was actually worth it for Lambo, because he did throw away a lot of lings. Roach speed is getting close to completing. Lambo is actually floating a fair bit of money right now. Not enough larva. Oh, he's actually floating a lot of money. Oof. 21 roaches in production. We will see another cancel attempt on this fourth base, and I think he might just get it. Yeah, he will. That is going to be a great pickoff for Lambo again. The first one was not so bad for MaxPax because it was so many lings going down. This was a smaller commitment of lings, and MaxPax is really going to need that base to keep up with Lambo's economy, because Lambo's economy is going to, well, it's going to pop off a lot harder, being able to spread his similar worker count amongst, you know, an extra 2 bases. Now, Lambo does not have any additional upgrades, just as I say that. +2 melee starts up, but no Hive on the way. No Infestation Pit. No second Evo Chamber. No Spire, no nothing like that. He's looking to go with a big attack with Roach Bane. No Ravagers in this. Nice blink backs from MaxPax. Stasis Ward. Oh, looks like it... Did it expire or did it get triggered? It must have gotten triggered, but the unit must have died that triggered it. Lambo going to try and get on in here. Ooh, slow warp and pylon by MaxPax. That's a little bit of an oopsie. Colossus, Blink Stalker, Micro, pretty good so far. Stasis Ward... Still not going off. Finally does go off on just a couple of lings. Didn't get any of the Banelings, and that will mean the Banelings can push this army back, and Lambo will kill the base in the meanwhile. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Zealot run by does get deflected by Lambo. He's in a great position in this game, and now I love this. Infestation Pit. Would love a second Evo as well. He's got a great position in this game now. Just needs to tech up and hold his lead. Whereas for MaxPax, he's in a tough spot. He's probably going to morph in Archons. Will have Extended Thermal Lance done. He didn't lose his Colossus. And he has traded efficiently. Like, Lambo has thrown away a lot to do what he's done. But it has been worth it with him denying the third base now 3 times. He's going to try and get in from multiple angles. Stasis Wards not being triggered just yet. Lambo. Oh, that's a big Stasis Ward, and that kind of force fields the army a little bit. Now, Battery Overcharge cannot be used. There are 2-1 upgrades for the Colossi. Archon going to get left a little bit in the front. But MaxPax does have an army that can compete with Lambos, especially with the 2-1 upgrades. But that fourth base, now the 4th time it's been denied. Still, Lambo's tech is not amazing right now. He just now started the Hive. And MaxPax does have 3-2 upgrades on the way. I wonder, No, I think with the double upgrade style from MaxPax, I don't think you want to go Broodlords. But Lambo does need, at minimum, I think, Vipers. Maybe even transitioning in towards Lurkers would be the play. He has stayed on single Evo, and he finished up with +2 melee. He's getting into that +1 missile. Oh, Zerglings will clean up this Zealot at the Watchtower. MaxPax, once again, is trading very cost-efficiently, and Lambo is pretty heavily committed on this. He's been able to deny this 4th base over and over and over again. Oh, Corrosive Bile's like flying through the camera right there. That was a flashbang. I'm so sorry, guys. But now there's 4 Colossus, and they're about to be on 3-2 upgrades. I say about to be, but it's still a little bit of a ways away. MaxPax prioritizing the +2 armor. Clearly wants to get the closer upgrade done as quickly as possible. The defensive setup for MaxPax right here is so nice. Lambo is maxed out, but so too now is MaxPax. Maxed Pax. Look at this. He's going to sally forth. Banelings on this side are going to get kited back, and they get blown up by the Archons and Colossus. Stasis Wards on the front line doing very well. Battery Overcharge now available where it wasn't for really any of these fights. MaxPax's Colossus retention has been so good during these setups, and now he holds his 4th base for well and good. And he's about to be on 3-2 upgrades. Meanwhile, Zealot Warping in the main base is going to be a nuisance to deal with. The stasis warded units, they're going to probably get run down here. MaxPax even able to save some of the Zealots. Lambo will push the War Prism away, but he cannot kill it. And there is all of these units getting taken down. 3-2 is now done for MaxPax, and he says, I've had enough. I'm going for the counterattack. Might not have enough to cover these Colossus. He is fighting back with them. Oh, a very nice Stasis Ward blink forward to cover this. And MaxPax takes game number 1 as Lambo realizes he can't do anything. MaxPax, such a great game. All right, here we go for game number 2. Spawning up at the top left for Psystorm Gaming, it is MaxPax with such incredible Colossus retention there. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right for the Shopify Rebellion, it is Lambo in the blue. Honestly, even with him knocking out that 4th base 4 times, he just couldn't ever knock out his opponent's army. And I mean, when you stay on layer tech and the Protoss has just such a powerful ground army, it is so difficult to deal with. So difficult to deal with. And honestly, like, massive kudos to MaxPax there, because Lambo put a ton of pressure on him, but MaxPax never crumbled, never looked... Weirdly, he never looked in danger of losing that game, even though he lost the base multiple times. Like, the fact that Lambo was committing so much... The only cancel that I think that was really great for Lambo was the second one. And obviously the kill... I think the kill on the base the 4th time was good. But other than that, the other ones were quite expensive. Certainly not cheap, that's for sure. MaxPax doing a really good job with the probe micro, though. Being such a huge nuisance. Now, we are going to see Stargate coming on in first from Maximus Paximus. And no surprise. I mean, it's... MaxPax is not a, you know, a Haas or a Haas. A Has. Where you try and sneak one past your opponent. That's not his style. It's not what he do. He is a much more methodical player that will try and, once again, out-muscle you. And that is kind of what we saw in game number 1. Oh, is he going to shade forward after these lings? Nope. He is, in fact, going to shade forward to join up with the second Adept with the third one about to pop. Yeah, it works. Ooh. So far, Lambo doing a really good job of keeping these units alive. Drone's getting very low on HP, but he has yet to lose one. Lambo. Oh, look at that. MaxPax splitting the one Adept back. Didn't want to take any HP damage, and he does manage to avoid... No, he takes 1 HP damage. Makes me a liar. No, 2 HP damage on one 1 HP on the other. 68, 69. Kind of funny. Very rare for that to happen, too. Will be Adept plus Oracle. Of course, the Oracle was used to great effect in game number 1 to deal with the Lings. MaxPax is... Look at this. He's content to literally just kill individual Zerglings. And I love that. And now he grabs a couple of drones with his Oracle. Man, this is... God, MaxPax, the way he utilizes these early game units, it's just so difficult to practice against because it's him and, like, Hero that are as good at it. No one else in the world is really as good at it. Showtime is extremely good, but I think Hero and MaxPax are still just a little bit better. We do see the 2 Adepts getting cleaned up, but I think they did grab still some good value. And now we're going to see the Oracles finding an opening. The Queens were not in position. Oh, 6 drones going down is just huge damage. It's just huge. It just slows down everything for the Zerg. And MaxPax, once again, getting into Forge Twilight Council. 6 gates. And he's cruising. Pumping that DPS. Double Oracle on the natural will get deflected at the moment. Oracle at the third, backing away as well. And actually, there are enough Lings here to be a little bit of a nuisance. He kills one of the Stalkers. Won't be able to get the second one, but he gets a probe as well. Meanwhile, Oracle's at the third. Getting a couple of drones there. Not a ton. MaxPax was a little bit late on starting up his Blink. I think maybe distracted by the counterattack just a little bit. Double Adept. Oh, I'm going to look to maybe commit in this time. Let's see. Nope. Says you have stuff on top of my stuff. I'll send my stuff back home. And then Lambo says, okay, well, I'm going to get on top of the actual stuff. And MaxPax says, no, I've got stuff to protect my stuff. Your stuff can't kill my stuff. My stuff will stop your stuff from killing your stuff, from killing my stuff, and it'll kill your stuff. I hurt my own brain there. Why did I do that? Somehow it caused another neck spasm. My neck. Lingbane Hydra coming in from Lambo. Ling's on the third base. You have +1 melee. And this shield battery, he's going to need to surround it to save it with the probes. But no, he's not going to do so. And it will go down. MaxPax, though, will warp in more Stalkers to kind of body block. And it's fine, actually, for MaxPax. Well enough in position, Lambo. Oh, no. Supply block at 104 right here. That is a pretty brutal supply block. Lambo, can he get in here before his opponent's Colossus pop out? Oh, man, that supply block was actually really rough. Slows down. It's not so much that it slows down the economy because he's already close to or was at his ideal worker count. Instead, it slows down the natural larva generation. And so it makes it more difficult to spend your money. And it also is just, it's a bit of a mental block. It ruins your flow in a game. Now, there's one player who feels like he is immune to supply block doing any real damage, and that is Dark. And I don't understand why that is. But I think a lot of it has to do that he builds a lot more Overlords during that. Now, MaxPax will scout this. Wonder if he throws down a quick Disruptor. No, it is still going to be the fast Colossus. He still starts up the 2-1 upgrades. Already went for that double forge, so it's the same setup as he went for in game number 1. Lambo, though, does, of course, have a different setup. Oh, no, Lambo supply blocked again at 151. But It's not the worst block, and he will have a bunch of Overlords finishing up. Ling's going to try and get in on top of this third base. Lambo is getting up to a 5th hatchery, but I don't think he's going to be able to get too much done until he's, well, first of all, he's going to have a difficult time dealing with this counterattack. Even without charge, the Zealots are going to be annoying to deal with and could kind of keep him at home. Lambo, though, will he be able to get in here before the Colossus count gets out of hand? If MaxPax gets up to 3 Colossus extended thermal lance plus 2 weapons, and for that matter, 2 1 upgrades, and can also warp in charge lots into the fight, I mean, this just becomes a nightmare for Lambo to try and break through. But he's going to hit before at least plus 2 weapons and extended thermal lance come on out. Ooh, that's a big stasis ward. Oracle will survive for the moment. Another big stasis ward right there, kind of catching some of these units. Ooh, the Colossus trying to micro away. Baneling's looking for some big connections, and he might be able to find them. Colossus will get taken down, but it got a lot of DPS. Another Colossus did fall. Stalker's trying to kite back, but I think Lambo's hit his timing hard enough. 20 probes fall. The base will go down. And unlike the previous game, this is a very, very impactful base kill because he also got so much of the main army. MaxPax hitting 3 timings right now that if he had during that main fight would have made all the difference. Battery overcharge trying to get popped to save the wall. That's not going to happen. Archons, they're going to be way too late to the party. And Banelings are going to get down on top of the mineral line. Boom! Probes getting blown to hell. There is a counterattack of Stalkers. Stalkers, not Zealots, on the other side of the map. Can MaxPax make a hold? Hang on. Hang on. If MaxPax kills this base and can recall out. Oh, nice blink micro here from MaxPax. He's got a nice little choke, but he needs to get out of here now. He might have overstayed his welcome. He's going to lose 5 of the Stalkers. Oh, that was actually really nice micro from MaxPax, but he recalled about maybe a second and a half too late. I don't know if there was any getting out with like a big number of units. I still think Lambo has this game in hand, but with that base getting taken down, and I think this base as well. Yeah, 2 hatches did go down. Both players are back on 3 bases. MaxPax is absolutely not out of this game, especially with his upgrade setup and the fact that his tech, for the moment, counters his opponents. Now, once Vipers become available, that becomes less of a thing. But I mean, Lingbane Hydra versus Colossus Archon Blink Stalker. Like, the Archons are going to tank against the Banelings very effectively. Obviously, the Colossus are going to cook everything. The bonus versus light is super strong, and even though Banelings aren't light, they only have the 30 HP now. Colossus will still chonk them. MaxPax is going to try and take a 4th base during all this. Lambo has resecured his own 4th and starts up his first Viper. Stasis ward at the natural. Lambo will get the cancel on that base. 3rd Colossus, I think, just popped out. Yeah, just joining the fight. And MaxPax is going to hold for now, but he did have to give up that 4th base again, and I even lost a couple of probes. Huge swell of drones from Lambo. 18 drones, as he is going to instantly oversaturate this 4th base. Like, way oversaturate it. That... It's not that having drones is bad, it's that having drones that you can't do anything with doesn't help you very much. MaxPax is starting up 3-2. Lambo, Adrenal Glands. In this game, yeah, with +2 melee already done, I think I might like Ultras. It's only single robo. Ultras with blinding clouds to deal with the Stalkers to make it so they can't kite effectively. Maybe even, you know, 2 or 3 infestors. Oh, Zealot, look at that, blocking the hatchery for just a moment or two. Nice job from MaxPax to get some value out of that very dead Zealot. Stasis ward will get cleaned up here. Lambo, this is a big timing for him. Where are the High Templar? Are there any on the field right now? There's one somewhere. Ooh, can he snipe the Vipers? Nice stasis ward. That's 8 banelings and a couple lings caught there. Feedback. Oh, gets one big feedback. Second one is big as well. That means the Colossus can cook this army. Army supply, I mean, it's big, but the power of MaxPax's army is so much more significant. And now he's going to be able to cook these last few units. Oh, no. Okay, he won't get the banelings here, but he should get these Hydras. Oh, he dropped another stasis ward. That's kind of funny. I say should, and they melted in literally a quarter of a second. That I don't think they lasted that long even. MaxPax is on 4 bases now, and he's going to be on 3-2 upgrades. Okay, looks like it is going to be Lurkers as the weapon of choice from Lambo. That is obviously a valid option too, for the same reasons that the Ultras would be, but even more so, and that's the fact that it's single robo. MaxPax able to get another denial on this base as well. Lambo really can't make use of these extra drones at the moment. He actually... Oh man, he actually blocked his own hatchery for a little bit on the rebuild. Idiot drones. Oh, nice abduct. It's going to be a dead War Prism, but MaxPax, brilliant feedbacks there. Got exactly what he needed to done. How many High Templar do we have? We got 5. They've all got Storm. And MaxPax is on 3-2 upgrades. He might be able to just go for it, but Lambo, 15 Lurkers just started up, and these are +2 missile Lurkers. They will have the range upgrade in about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Oh, but MaxPax gets another cancel on this topside base. Sheesh. And if Lambo cannot identify that the attack is coming, he's going to be in some trouble. Lurkers going forward is very bold. Zealots will get cleaned up on the top side. Lurkers, ooh, they do hit the stasis ward. MaxPax is going to come back home. The Lurkers on their own. I don't know. I feel like this, even though it's a lot of Lurkers for Lambo, you know, several of them are not set up, but attacking up a ramp is not easy. However, the Archons, this feels like a bad idea from MaxPax, but it's going to work out okay. There just barely wasn't enough Lurkers. I think in large part due to that stasis ward. Look at how many Archons are low on shields, almost out of shields. Now, Ling's Banes do get into this middle line. 23 probes, 25. Where are probes still falling? Is it here? He just killed 25 probes. That is a huge amount of damage to his opponent's economy. But look at the army value right now. Over 10,000 resources for MaxPax and Lambo. The upgrades are better for MaxPax. I mean, he's going to have a really tough time dealing with this attack. Adaptive Talons will complete shortly. Of course, he's got the Lurker range upgrade now. I'm sure Lambo looked at that setup and was like, Lurkers suck. And, I mean, when your opponent attacks up a ramp into Lurkers and breaks through, it feels bad. Even though it did make sense in that context, it feels so bad when it happens. You're like, I had such a good defensive setup. Still, I am surprised that he cleaned that up so hard. And MaxPax once again denying another base. Lambo. He will be able to find the abduct on this one Colossus. Storm on the Ling is going to be pretty good. And on the Hydras as well. But this is just a small portion of MaxPax's army, and it's honestly, I think those are trades that MaxPax is more than okay with. And now he's going to start moving forward. The Lurkers were not burrowed on up. Big storms on those Lurkers. There's nothing to tank for them. So the Archons and Immortal are cooking this. Now, there are a few Lurkers at the top of the ramp, but I don't think it's enough. It's certainly not enough to kill the army easily. MaxPax with the Colossus is kiting back here. Zealots will get cleaned up in the middle line. And, I mean, the game is very close, but I think MaxPax just has too much momentum now. He's on 5 Nexus. Hasn't been able to mine from this base. But I think it's just a matter of scaling at this point. 3-3 for the Colossus. The Archons. Look at the kills. 26 kills, 41 kills, 16 kills. That is a whole hell of a lot of kills, if you ask me. Now, these are Adrenal Glands +3 Lings, and they will kill these probes quite quickly. Lambo trying to click down the Colossus, but obviously there's not going to be the survivability needed. to kill that off. Zealots on the top side will be able to find quite a few of these drones. Lurker. Well, they're going to be able to clean this up, but 7 drones do fall. The creep keeps getting denied as well. Lambo is doing a good job of trying to stay on top of his opponent's army, but it's so difficult with the mobility that MaxPax has been able to get for himself with this much more mobile army. There it is. GG gets called. Bit of a bang, or a bit of a whimper more than a bang, but it was a banger of a series nonetheless. Very well played by MaxPax. Lambo had his opportunities, hit some great timings, and MaxPax just shrugged them off in both games. Really high-level series there. If you enjoyed that one, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos, and we'll catch you on the flip side.